Well, here we are again.
We are indeed.
Another day, another video for our lovely subscribers out there. Now, you called me over and you said, I've got an idea. So I've rushed over here. I have no idea what this video is about, so you tell me.
Well, do you know what? This is Pop Along RC, the YouTube channel focusing on RC car racing. And today we want to talk to you about why we think RC car racing is boring.
What?
Boring.
Boring? Did you just say the B word?
Boring.
Unbelievable. You know, people are going to unsubscribe if you carry on with this.
They're going to agree with me, boss.
Well, explain yourself. Come on. So, boring, you say? What do you mean?
Well, RC car racing is boring. That I'm going to stand by it. We have created hours and hours and hours of content.
We have.
We've been to multiple clubs, multiple places, tracks and things like that. We've done a lot of RC car racing.
We have.
But have you ever tried sitting, watching a whole race of RC car racing?
I kind of have to agree with you. I see where you're coming from with this, yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Especially if you come in halfway through the racing.
Yeah, because you can't really follow who's where. It's just dots around a track, and you're like, I don't know who's winning. I can't really follow the race. And in that respect, from a spectator point of view, it's not the most interesting hobby in the world.
No, you've definitely got a point. I know that sometimes some of the bigger YouTubers out there in the States, over there in America, they put on those huge events, don't they, in those equestrian centres where they just sort of pad out the whole place with clay and mud and whatnot, and they make huge jumps.
The Psycho Nitro Blast.
Yeah,
like
Silver
that.
State and that kind of stuff. And there's very few. They've got loads of seating, but there's never really anybody watching.
No. I think for us, when we went to the international event at the MK Shopping Centre, you had passing crowds that came, they watched for a bit and then they disappeared. But they couldn't really follow the racing because once the race has started, really hard to sort of know who's in the lead, what's going on.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's really a spectator sport. And that's why the hobby's not growing.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I mean, there's plenty of us that love doing it, but you know, there's a lot of camaraderie, isn't there, between racers, and we always have banter and have a laugh. So for us as a racer, it's great, isn't it? But spectators, yeah, not so. I have got an idea though.
Go on then.
Now I'm going to put this out there, and I wonder if such thing exists. If it does, leave it in the comments below. How about this, right? So, you know, every car has a transponder.
I do.
Right, okay. Well, what about if there was like a coloured light system?
Like an LED?
Like a really bright LED.
Yeah.
Because BRCA rules state that you have to have clear windows in your car, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you can see it. So what about this? So your transponder is linked to a colour. Now, green would be first, orange would be second, and red would be every other car, perhaps.
Okay.
I don't know, something like that, yeah?
Fair enough.
And dependent on where you are on the track, so like if you was in the lead, for example, your car lights up green. How about that? So if you was at a glance to come and have a look, you could see your car... you could see the car that was in the lead. I think that would be quite good.
I think it's, and do you know what? The technology's got to be there for it because
Yeah.
LED technology is amazing. The transponder's already there. And what will happen is as you cross the line,
Yep.
the transponder lets the computer know that you've crossed the line. Therefore, it will know what position you're in and it should be able to send a message back saying, change colour of the LED.
There you go.
Do you know what? I think you've got something in that.
I think so.
You almost want to sort of paint in that idea.
I know, I'm kind of giving it away now, but I just don't know. I wouldn't know how to even think about kind of inventing something like that. But I do
But
think...
there's some smart people out there that I think can.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're clever enough, do it. Get on board. Maybe the BRCA should start looking into it. You know what I mean?
That would work, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
So that's one option of how we could make it more of a spectacle for spectators to actually know what's going on and follow the race. And I was thinking more along the lines of making races shorter and having maybe I don't know. It's more of a
Sprint races.
It's like sprint
Didn't
races.
they do
yeah.
that? Wasn't there an off-road, a 1/8? Was that in the States as well?
I think
They
the
did little
RCGP did some sprint races, and they had some super sprints before the main event where they qualified over. I think it was like 2 fastest laps, and then they had like a super sprint and
Okay.
a race off. And do you know
Oh, right.
what? I actually found that quite watchable, and I was able to follow it. And they had the winner went through to the next round, and it worked as a platform. That was actually for a spectator, for someone who's not an absolute fan of the hobby that could sit in front of a half an hour nitro race. I found that was quite interesting.
Yeah, I can see the appeal. I mean, we've often had little short races, you and I, just a minute, haven't we? We've done a minute, then stopped, then we've done another minute, and then stopped, and that's been really quite good. But yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe some of these lovely people got some good ideas. Maybe they agree, maybe they don't. It's okay not to agree. That's whatever. But we're just saying how we feel, aren't we? We're getting
Definitely.
we're getting off our chest.
We've been talking about this for a long time, really. It's come up quite a lot because when we shoot videos, we've obviously looked at how to edit up the footage, and we do get comments saying, "Oh, nice camera angles, but I couldn't follow the race," because we do quite short, snappy edits.
Yeah.
But equally, if I did put a 4-minute race into a video, most people would probably switch off after about 30 seconds.
I think it would, yeah.
Because the analytics in YouTube are really clever, they tell us exactly when people switch on. So if I put a long stretch of racing into a video, I could see the analytics go like that, and then literally after about 30 seconds of racing, it just poof, everyone switches off. So it isn't engaging people the way maybe we think it is. When was the last time, because we've obviously got all our races on camera, when was the last time you sat down and watched an entire race that you were actually in?
Well, that's a good question, because there is one which I have to confess I do watch.
All right. Enlighten me.
All right, I will enlighten
You never told me about this.
No, I didn't. It was a guy called Adam Burgess. He has a channel. Now, I raced him at the Popalong GP, and I was closely behind him throughout the whole race. So my car is always in frame. And that I've watched a few times.
Watched it a few times. Do you know what? You were mixing with one of the best there.
Yeah, he's very good. And he was racing an MO3, so I should have beaten him, but he's just better the driver, isn't it?
He is. Yeah. It hurts to say, but sometimes you've got to admit that we ain't the best drivers out there.
No, but that's not why we do it, is it?
No, it's because we love racing, even though it's boring.
Yeah, exactly. But there you go. So we thought I don't know, it's a controversial topic, I guess, but I think it needed to be said.
Yeah.
And if anybody can design the little light thing that I suggested, I will have a cut of that, of the money.
Definitely.
Because I invented that.
You just did.
Yeah.
Here on the
and
channel.
it's noted, it's got a timestamp on this video, I invented it.
Yeah. Maybe Lap Monitor might be able to get
Lap
on
Monitor.
that.
Frank at Lap Monitor. I bet he'll know how to do it.
He'll know how to do that.
Drop him in the comments.
He needs to get involved.
Yeah.
So yeah, we still love our racing, but we're just thinking, is there a way to make it a little bit more interesting for you, the viewers, and a little bit easier to follow for a complete noob who might be interested in getting into the hobby? Because we are all about growing RC car racing here in the UK and across the globe if we can.
Indeedy do. Anyway, listen, I better go and build some more cars. They're all stacking up at home. I've got to go and build some more.
I've got a few that I need to get ready for racing this weekend.
All right then.
So, hopefully we'll see you trackside soon.